league races.
Welcome, race fans, to PrimeTime TV's live coverage of the Hardline Racing League, the truck series here at the Kentucky Speedway, our inaugural broadcast of this series here on PrimeTime. I'm here in the booth with Brandon Kreutz. We're in qualifying, about to bring you the action here today at Kentucky.
Yeah, Corey, looking forward to see what these drivers bring today. We've never done this league before, so I guess we'll have to find out as we go throughout the night.
Yep, so forgive us on any names that we don't have quite right. We will learn the trends, the rules. We will bring it all to you, learning as you are here on PrimeTime. So just bear with us on some of the minor details, but we'll get those sorted soon enough. Qualifying going on here. Bring you some track facts here at the Kentucky Speedway. 1.5 mile racetrack in Sparta, Kentucky. 14 degrees of banking. The iRacing version of it has an extremely rough surface, so that is going to throw these trucks all around the track, making it very hard to hang on to their respective grooves.
Yeah, of course, folks. iRacing did scan this before the repave, so this is the old version of Kentucky. Extremely bumpy, and these trucks are going to have to maneuver their way around all of these bumps through here.
That they are. So, but with the nighttime conditions, that should hopefully give them some of the grip back, but not all of it. So it'll be interesting to see how they are able to handle that.
Yeah, absolutely, Corey. So quite a good turnout here tonight, Corey. Quite a few drivers here, so should be a pretty good show here.
Yep, as we always love to see. You always love to see a race with a lot of guys going off that way. It just makes it that much better of a show. Keeps it more entertaining for both the driver and for the broadcaster, which obviously we appreciate.
Absolutely.
Give me one moment on the technical end here. Apologize for the stream issue, but we will get that back up. I just want to make sure that I have the best stream available. I thought there might have been a little error, so I want to catch that before we go live.
So qualifying just about to wrap up here.
Yep, and as it stands, Timothy Moore looks to be on the pole here with a 30.321. Chris Owen with a 30.350, a 30.356, 30.368. So the top four separated by just a matter of mere hundredths. Here we are. Wait for stuff to change over here, and we'll get you your starting lineup. Your starting lineup here today on PrimeTime Racing TV for the Hardline Racing Leagues. And this grid is brought to you by ElliotHendersonGraphics.com. Casey Shue, actually, excuse me. Timothy Moore on the pole with a 30.32. Chris Owens to the outside. We have Thomas Bressie in third position. Patrick McLaurin in fourth. Rusty Capel in fifth. Tyler Hensley in sixth. Dylan Pileski in seventh. Kyle Zimmer in eighth. Joshua Personet in ninth. Corey Blevins in 10th. Again, we are learning these names, so bear with us.
11th is Chad Frankenfield. 12th, Matthew Skipper. Jonathan Wall. Casey Shue. Corey, how would you pronounce that name?
Baron Labosco, I would say.
Baron Labosco, yes, sir.
And league owner Cody Tabor. 16
I apologize, Baron. I've never seen a name like that.
16 truck field it looks like we have today, so just enough to keep things interesting.
Absolutely.
And just here in chat, Dylan Pileski is the proper enunciation of that name. Good to have people there ready to call us out on that. Much appreciated. So without knowing these drivers, Brandon, and how the exact oddities of this league, if you will, are, what do you expect today at Kentucky?
I expect a lot of rubbing his racing type deals, Corey. Kentucky, especially in this vehicle in particular, known for that. So, you know, I don't expect to see too many wrecks with this small of a field, really, but again, we don't know these drivers and how they race, so it's really hard to judge.
Yeah, we do. As we talked about with the groove here at Kentucky, it moves around, not even in the sense of dynamic track, but in the sense of it's really hard to hold a stable line. So you may see that beating and banging with the guys trying to make passes but not being able to hold their line. So we'll have to watch out for that. But we watched here as Timothy Moore in the McDonald's number 74 machine on the inside is going to get this field going once that pace car takes that hard left turn.
Pace car about ready to pull in, Corey. Pace car is in, makes that hard left turn on the pit road. Getting ready to take the green, waiting. Green flag is in the air here at Kentucky for Hardline Racing League.
Great side-by-side start. It looks like this league may go with a go on green rule, which keeps the field really bunched together and gives us a side-by-side battle for the lead through turns 1 and 2.
Side by side now for almost the first position there. Now for second. No, they think twice of it and go single file for the top three, Corey, but they are too wide for the fourth position.
Yes, they are. We have Chris Owens. He settles in the second position, and Thomas Bressie in the 25 in third, but that third position is now going to be contested as the 8 truck, excuse me. Just waiting for my names to update here. Sorry, folks. Again, I don't have these guys completely memorized. Patrick McLaurin of the 81, that machine is in the fourth position.
So your leaders pretty much single file up, well, top 4 and top 5 now, it looks like, Corey. So These guys really fighting for positions here on this restart, and you may know until that second groove starts to form, Corey, it is really hard to pass here.
Yeah, it is. It seems that middle high lane is the ideal choice to be. We have Patrick McLaurin, as I stated, in the 81. He's trying to get underneath Tyler Hensley, but Hensley has that preferred middle line here. Oddity of Kentucky, most ovals, you want to be right there on that yellow line. You don't want to do that here because that lower line is bumpier and a tick flatter. So that middle line, that second lane off the bottom, is the ideal lane.
Yeah, absolutely. That bottom lane may work for a couple laps on fresh tires, but you don't want to be there all night.
Well, we have to bring our attention back to position number 1 as we have the 74, Chris Owens, of Timothy Moore, under fire from the 62 of Chris Owens. Looks like some retro paint schemes. It looks like a 74 is old school Bill Elliott, and that looks like a Winn-Dixie Mark Martin Bush series scheme. Kind of nice to bring some throwbacks here, but regardless, battle for the lead forming. Looks like even off on the turn 4 on the front straightaway.
Nose to tail, 74 and 62. You go side by side for the lead down to turn number 1.
Owens takes that low line, that flatter line, that bumpier line. That's going to give the 74 of Moore the run. Now the 25, Thomas Bresci. He's at that decision of what to do. He's going to give a little bit of a draft almost to Moore on the top lane. And we have a three-way battle for the lead here, Brandon.
Top 3 under a blanket out of turn number 4. They are still side by side for second. Battle for the lead is between 3 trucks early in the race.
It almost looked as if Bresci was trying to almost take that side draft and kind of, stall the 62 out on the bottom there, and it almost led to some contact. Kind of got me a little nervous there, but the battle for the lead is still side by side.
Down the back straightaway now, 74, 62, still fighting, 25, still in the mix here. Top 3 all under a blanket still, as 62 may have some ground coming out of turn number 4.
The things you have to remember, we are on laps. Whoa, just completely shuts all doors there, does Chris Owen in aggressive fashion, but he is your sole leader. One thing to remember, as I was noting, we are on lap 7. Tire wear has been, in this update on iRacing, increased, so you don't want to wear out your stuff this early in the race. Interesting to see if that does happen.
Yeah, absolutely. As hard as these guys are racing, as we see now, 4th place in the 46 truck now caught your top 3.
That is your pole sitter in Timothy Moore. He is dropping back now from the first position, dropping back to P4. Maybe is it set up? I don't know. Did he already burn off those tires? These are the questions that we ask.
Tyler Hensley making his way up through the field in the 46 truck there. Again, it's the question of, did these guys burn off their tires too quickly, Corey? Obviously, the 46 car now catching your 3rd place runner up there, so it is a possibility of how hard those guys were running.
Kentucky Speedway is a very finicky track, both in terms of line and tire wear, so I would not be surprised if perhaps some tires were already been over-abused, but we will have to find that out as we find other battles on the track. The 81 looking to surpass Timothy Moore to get into the 4th position as we see a move taken to the inside here through turns 3 and 4. That battle is side by side to the line. Give a little bit of momentum to the 74 on the top line on exit, but give the positioning to the 81 car. I keep wanting to call him the 8. It's the 81 on the bottom. They're going to still be side by side, but I think Thomas Moore may get that running clear off turn 2.
Not quite, Corey. Still side by side on the back straightaway. No, you're right. He did get the momentum off the corner, but 81 attempts to duck back underneath him. Again, these guys really got to pay attention to their tires as these guys, this battle for this position comes off turn number 4 and across the start-finish line.
Bringing into this battle is Dylan Pileski. Dylan Pileski in the 6 truck. We are in truck score, get that right. This looks to make a move here on the 81 of McLaurin, who's also looking to make a move on the 74. We follow this battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions.
Side by side once again between the 81 and the 74. 81 all the way down low in that flatter and more bumpy line, Corey. That won't last very long.
Is he going to shoot the gap? Oh, not quite. The 81 has to be careful. That apron is really rough, even rougher than the track surface. He makes it through just fine, but we're still side by side. This must be frustrating in the driver's seat. Do you think so, Brandon?
Yeah, absolutely. It's frustrating. As I said before, it's really hard to make passes here once these guys start to get their tires worn in and get single file here. As we see the 6 truck duck underneath the 81 now. Can't get anything happen on that low side, though.
So we go back to a train here. Ooh, the 81 still, is he going to look to the outside? I feel like that is the move. He's trying to get a run on the outside. Is he going to be able to get a fender there? I don't quite know. Yes, he is, I believe. Yes. He knows that outside line is where you need to be, and he planned accordingly to make that pass, and the 74 dropping back. Timothy Moore, I'm not sure if he just got loose off a 2, but he just lost about 5 or 6 positions. So our pole sitter, Timothy Moore, currently in the 9th position in just a matter of 13 laps. Soon to be the 10th position as the Ford truck of Casey Shue is soon to be completing the pass on him.
Yeah, 74 dropping like a rock, Corey.
We're going to go back up front, Brandon. We've been watching the battles in the pack, but we have some activity going on up front. The 46, Tyler Hensley, making a move on Thomas Bresci in the 25 to go into the 2nd position, and he is still right on the back bumper of Chris Owens to try to make a battle for the lead pretty soon.
Yeah, Corey, we talked about it. Tyler Hensley working his way up through the field here, possibly had conserved his tires a little bit better than some of these other guys. Now working up towards the lead, right up to the back bumper of the 62 truck, almost off that corner anyways.
And the 25, I don't think the 25 is quite playing dead there. He's still trying to stay in this, so it's a 3-way battle here. Let's go on board with the 46 machine of Tyler Hensley and watch his... Oh, I was going to say let's watch him from the 2nd position, but we may be watching him from the 3rd position now. As, the 25, Thomas Bresci retakes the 2nd position.
Yeah, 46 drifted up a little bit too high there, and 25 jumped on the opportunity there as he was still right on the back bumper. But don't count out Tyler Hensley yet. Still right there in contention.
We're currently on board with the number 25 machine of Thomas Bresci, watching him as he progresses here in this race. He is about a quarter second behind your leader, Chris Owens. Use our PrimeTime TV battle cam. We're going to quickly follow Chris Owens here. Our battle graphic here, Thomas Bresci about a 1/10 of a second faster on that last lap. We'll keep that graphic up and see this time by who is the faster driver. They both had clean track this time by, so we will be able to get a fair representation of whose truck is currently the faster one.
Yeah.
At the stripe, this time by, our leader, Chris Owens, has run as we wait for it to update. Perhaps it already did, a 31.15 to a 31.24, so Owens pulled away about a 1/10 that lap.
Yeah, I was going to say, visually, he definitely pulled away from those 2 guys that are battling back for the 2nd position, Corey, and the 46 car is still right on the rear bumper of the 25. So those guys may get side by side here soon, as I'm pretty sure the 46 of Tyler Hensley is going to get impatient here.
Yeah, so you have to wonder who is the faster truck here. I think Chris Owens, he's just in the benefit of clean air up front here and having the line that he chooses to run, but I'm not sure if he's the fastest truck right now. I believe the 46 is the faster of the 3 vehicles right now, but it's just a matter of trying to maneuver his way past, which is obviously easier said than done.
It goes again to what we talked about before the green flag, Corey. Again, once these guys get spread out, it is extremely hard to pass here, and sometimes you got to force your own lane.
We are in the pack here. We were watching the 20 and the 4. Kyle Zimmer and Casey Shue. Ooh, excuse me. We were watching the 99 of Corey Blevins and Kyle Zimmer. Excuse me there. Battle for the 7th position. That is seized a little bit right now, but those drivers are very aggressively going at it for the 6th and 7th positions. Looking for other battles on track, but the best battle on the track right now is for positions number 2 and 3. The 46 and the 25. Looks like they 1 and 2 that time, though. Bresci pulled away about a 1/10, but on exit, I believe the 46 is getting a much better run off the turns.
Yeah, absolutely. He is. You can really see it. He backs up his corners a little bit more, Corey, and it gets a huge run on exit off of these other guys, and I think that may help his tires a little bit as well.
Yeah, so you want to, you have to wonder who is the faster truck here. I think Chris Owens, he's just in the benefit of clean air up front here and having the line that he chooses to run, but I'm not sure if he's the fastest truck right now. That it will. You always want, it's always just kind of racing knowledge. You always want to beat him down the straightaway because that's where you're going to be on the throttle board. You always want that extra mile an hour or two down the straightaway. And it looks like even that time by, both of them are starting to pull to the back of 62 of Chris Owens. They both gained about a tenth and a half just on the back straightaway there.
Yeah, the 25 truck looking in his mirror, noticing what the 46 is doing, I bet, and decided to do the same thing. They're catching your leader.
More than catching him, they're just about there. We'll see this time by if it was a fluke deal through 1 and 2 for Owens, or if perhaps he has just kind of lost his touch a little bit. We'll see as they go down the back straightaway this time what the result is.
Tyler Hensley trying to go side by side with the 25. Not going to work. A block put on the 46.
It looks like that time by, the Owens in the 62 got a better run off of turn 2 and kind of, if anything, pulled away just a hair that time by. So he must have just had a bad lap. We're 24 laps in here on PrimeTime TV, about 25% of the way. You're watching the Hardline Racing League, brought to you on PrimeTime TV for the first time, for the first race of our tenure in this series. We're at the Kentucky Speedway. We have yet to have a caution, been clean and green for the first 25% of this race, and that is going to have to bring that pit stop green flag strategy soon to come into the mix, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah, I'd say, Corey, and you know, it'll be interesting to see what these guys can do. These guys have put on a pretty good show so far, and you think pit stops could change anything?
Yeah, it's all about pit entry. Kentucky Speedway has a very difficult pit entry as the pit commitment cone is very early coming off turn 4, so you don't have a lot of time to get that truck settled down, pointed directly and pointed in the right direction to be able to make that pit stop. Very easy to spin, very easy to speed.
Yeah, pit road entry, not an easy one here, and if anybody's going to get caught with a penalty, Corey, that could change the lineup completely.
That is very true, and going to the lap time score sheet yet again, these guys have dropped off about, I'd say, 1.1 or so seconds off of their qualifying time. So if a guy short pits, it's going to have a very big impact on his positioning on the track, at least in the short term. So yeah, if I and Brandon, you've known me for quite a while, you've raced with me for quite a while. Am I very good with pit strategy?
You are, Corey, actually.
Oh, well, I was going to say no, I've lost many a race in my time due to pit strategy calls, so I don't consider myself to be the best crew chief on the box there, but if I had to make a guess,
you have your up and downs, but
yeah,
you're pretty good. You're better than me.
I digress with my statements, but regardless, I have a feeling this is going to be a 1 or 2 stop race if it stays green. That is the big asterisk to add to that. So as Chris Owens pulls away to about a half-second lead, I'd have to imagine you're either going to go halfway and you're going to pit lap 50 and do this race on 1 stop, and that's going to be the harder one on tires and the harder one on car control. Oh, and before I even finish my statement, we have green flag pit stops.
There will be
And a caution!
Flag is in the air.
Oh my goodness,
Rusty for that. It's what I'm wondering.
Rusty Capel in the 24 truck spins around as the leader comes down pit road. That is catastrophic news.
Now the 46 is going to be questionable if he got a penalty or not for that stop,
Yes,
because
'cause
I'm not
was-
sure if he was across the line
He
yet.
was already committed to entering the pits, and by the time of the yellow, there was no way he could have changed his mind. It looks like the 24 had made a pit stop, and while running the apron to merge back onto the racing track, he just got loose and lost it off of turn 2.
Wow, that's something that you don't see every day, Corey, and someone just missed that. I want to go back and see who that was. That was the 15 truck.
15 of Chad Frankenfield.
Yeah, just missed
So
that.
we have to just, I'm trying to see here on our scoring sheet. It does show Timothy Moore as 1 lap down at the moment. But we have to wait for a score sheet to pass through entirely and see who stands where after that. There are times when being on pit road when the caution comes out is amazing. So it may have actually worked Chris Owens' favor, but to anybody behind him, they are going to be very well detrimented by this, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we watch the race on pit road here, the race out of pit road, we see the... Who is that? The number 20, the first off pit road, I believe.
Now, I'm still curious, and we'll find this out soon enough, if the 46 truck ended up getting a penalty on pit road for the time that the yellow came out. Now, there was no way he was going to be missing that commitment cone, but at least from the time the yellow came out, you know, if he got a penalty, there would have been nothing that he would have been able to do about that.
I mean, I don't believe we're able to go back and check that with the way the flags work and replays here on iRacing. But from what I looked at, the 62 had just crossed the commitment cone by maybe a matter of about 20 feet when the caution flew. But
looks like he's holding his position, Corey. So.
Yes, but the other car, who did we say was the 74? He was... Yeah, there was no way he was going to be able to divert in time. If he did do so, he was going to spin and loop it right in the middle of the tri-oval. So,
yeah.
So as we watch, and with a penalty, I believe he would serve it with about 2 to go. No, he would serve it right away, depending which one it was. If you enter a closed pit, is that a green flag stop? I want to say it is. I'm not quite positive, though, if you enter a closed pit. Or it might just be a drop to the end of this line. The end of the longest line, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, it looks like the 62, at least on the monitor right now, is the leader. So even though he was on pit lane at that caution, it worked out in his benefit, where he must have stayed on the lead lap through his pit stop and was able just to stay out on that caution. And there's a whole mess of trucks ahead of him, I'm assuming, that have already pitted that are just going to be taking the wave this time by.
Now, Corey, I'm looking at race chat right now from text chat, and looks like these guys run stages. Someone asked if flat 45 was the end of the first stage, and your league owner replied with a yes. So maybe something to look forward to.
I'm
not exactly sure.
Going to try to find that rule out right now. Are we at the one to go, Brandon? Do you see?
Let's see.
I don't see cars flying by the pace car. Nope, they've waved it off. So I am going to quickly try to find out this information, because I don't need to know. Unfortunately, the information is not on the website that I can see, neither in the rules or on the schedule. So if they do run stages, that is new to us.
Yeah.
Brandon, would you like to do us a favor here for us fans and for us as a broadcaster? Let's go and ask. Let's just go ask the boss. I believe he's in the other channel. He can just go down and talk to him real quick, just so we know what we're talking about up here, and just come back and let us know. We are doubling back up here to take the green. Chris Owens in the 62 is looking to take the outside line this time by as having lead choice. He will choose that preferred outside lane. Timothy Hensley in the 46 to the inside in position number 2.
All right, Corey, so we did get confirmation. These guys do run stages, but there are no cautions thrown for the stage. It is just the top 10 finishing order at the end of the stage. These guys just keep running out.
So they get points, but the race continues.
Exactly.
10-4. And I wonder if you're out of breath after that run back from the pit road.
I had to beat the traffic.
But we are getting ready. You want to take them down this time, by. Pace car makes that hard left turn. We watch the leader on the outside lane, Chris Owens in the 62, waiting for him to go, waiting for that green flag as we are in this league. And there it is, green flag on the loud pedal is the 62 with the 46. Tyler Hensley completely side by side, completely gridlocked here as we enter turn 1. Who is going to prevail?
Side by side into turn number 1. Give the advantage to the 46 car, taking the lead on the low side.
You have to think Chris Owens is going to throw that one into the old memory bank if there's another caution, because he chose the outside line and it was to his detriment there as the 46. Let's see what he can do in clean air now that he has the lead and the preferred lane choice of he could choose where to run. Owens has to find that line around him.
46 running one lane up from the rest of the field right now. 62 running right around the bottom side. Right now, we're running about a half a lane down now. 46 still running that second lane all the way up towards the top of that second lane.
We're going to go a little bit in the pack here. We're going to watch a battle. We have the 81 car, Patrick McLaren, truck, driving trucks. Casey Shue in the 4 to the inside. That is a side-by-side battle for the 8th position to Bass Pro Shops. Silverado of Casey Shue looking to try to take that position, but McClure gets that surge on the outside line, and they're still going to be side-by-side for position. This is for the 7th and 8th position.
Out of turn number 2 now, going down the back straightaway. Still side-by-side for that position. Don't look now. Here comes the 15 truck looking to maybe jump, but they go back single file.
That they do, but the 15 of Frankenfield looking to change that. He's going to the inside. Nope, he did not have the run. He backed off. That 15 Menard scheme, it looks so familiar, but I cannot pinpoint who drove that truck. I feel like it's a retro scheme. If anybody in chat or Brandon knows, please let me know, because it's going to bug me for the rest of the night. There's a lot of retro schemes in this league, and I quite enjoy that, because it brings NASCAR back to the good old days.
Going back up front, Corey, your battle for the lead continues.
Whoa.
62 right back on the rear bumper of the 46.
I'm not quite sure if we have aero loose model in this yet, but Owens sure as hell tried to do that there right to the back bumper, taking the air off the spoiler, but the 46 is able to hold ground as we enter turn number 1, taking lap number 38 of 100 here at the Kentucky Speedway. Hensley,
46 car pulls away down the back straightaway.
He just turned the NOS on that time by. He just got a run. Either he got a really good run or Owens got loose, but regardless, that what was a non-existent lead is now about 0.3 of a second. Looks like we may have some activity in the 5th position going on here. The 6 of Dylan Pileski. I want to make sure I get that name right every single time. Dylan Pileski and the 25 Bresci. Remember seeing him right back up there. He was battling for about 2nd and 3rd for a while, but he's back here mired in the 5th position, trying to gain some spots.
25 getting right to the back bumper of the 6 now. 6 pulls away just a little bit, but these guys are racing real close, and meanwhile, as these guys are doing that, they're catching up to the 20 car just ahead of them.
We are at a 1.5 mile flat track. We are in trucks, but the draft is not, it's not Talladega, it's not Daytona or even Indianapolis, but the draft does have enough of an effect here that running nose to tail, you're going to gain 1 mile an hour, and it might help you gain that little bit of a gap you need on that truck in front of you. Bresci trying to take that lower line, which is not necessarily ideal, but it will at least close a little bit of a gap in the center of the turn, if not giving you that exit you need on the end of the turn. But he's going to drop back a little bit off the back of the 6 that time, right? Other battles on track. It looks like someone we haven't talked about, Corey Blevins and Cody Tabor. They're battling back here. Well, they were battling at least back in the 10th and 11th position. While we have a little bit of a gap here, let's kind of give you a little rundown here of positions here, where everybody, your favorite driver, may be running at about lap 42 so far. We have Tyler Hensley your leader right now. Chris Owens in second. Kyle Zimmer in third. Dylan Pileski, I believe I said that right. I sure hope I did. In the fourth position. Thomas Bresci in fifth. Timothy Moore in sixth. Patrick McLaurin in seventh, soon to be eighth. As Patrick McLaurin in sixth, Timothy Moore in seventh. Casey Shue in eighth. Chad Frankenfield in ninth. And rounding out your current top 10 is Corey Blevins. Cody Tabor in the 11th position. Joshua Personet in the 12th position. Baron Labosco in the 13th position. And the last car on the racetrack, which is currently 9 laps down, is Rusty Cable. Remember, he was a part of that caution getting loose on the access road, merging back onto the racetrack.
It's a pretty stoked field out here tonight, Corey. A lot of clean racers, it seems, actually.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened while I was going through that field rundown, but Hensley is just completely goaded to a new zip code here. He was what was 2 to 3 tenths, is now about 6-7 tenths ahead of second place now. As the field starts to string out here just a little bit, and it'll allow me to, at this point, finish what I was trying to say when we had green flag pit stop starting at that caution. I had thought this was going to be a 1 or 2 stop race. Most of these drivers pitted on about, I want to say, lap 32. You're not going to go to the end on fuel. I don't even think it's possible, and if you did, I don't think you have a proper fuel cell on that machine. So you have to wonder, is it going to be a 2-stop race for here, or is it going to be a 1-stop race from here? I want to say it has to be a 1-stop race. Which would lead me to believe that 30, 60, I believe if this stays green, we're going to see drivers on pit road between laps 60 and 65. So I'm going to keep note of that. I have been wrong in the past, but I believe these guys are going to make one more stop and maybe split the remainder of this distance.
Yeah, I believe so, Corey. I believe you may be right. So
closing in on halfway here, we have battle for the third and second position going on. It's Kyle Zimmer. We haven't talked too much about him, but he's showing his muscle here as he's looking to get by Chris Owens. Remember, Chris Owens led the good first portion of this race before that caution, but isn't seeming to have the truck he had on that first run.
yeah, so the 46 car pulled away way out front now, Corey. Just a little ways behind him. In second place is Chris Owens in the 62 truck.
Yeah, the 62, like I just said, he doesn't seem to have the truck he had before, but I mean, it's still obviously a good truck, but he's not in contention for the win now. It seems as though the 46, now that he's gotten that clean air, he is just out to lunch right now, but maybe with tire wear, maybe we'll see them come back to him. We'll have to find that out. As we have Zimmer here looking to the inside. He got a whale of a run through turns 1 and 2. We have a side-by-side battle. Not quite, or do we? No, not quite, but that battle is heating up for the second position.
Yeah, 20 car made a look for it, but again, that bottom line just doesn't work as well here, Corey, especially as that second line starts to come in.
With the new dynamic track updates, the track does gain a lot more heat than it once did in prior iRacing days, so we may indeed see that groove just move around a little bit. So you may see guys just peaking a little bit lower, peaking a little bit higher, just trying to find that little better piece of racetrack to drive their trucks on. Tyler Hensley, let's just kind of compare lap times here. Tyler Hensley, that last time by, had a 10th and a half on Owens, so at a 10th and a half rate, he is just going to check out, and check out. So these guys are going to have to find something, dig deep, and try to give him a fight. Otherwise, he's just going to sail off into the sunset for this race. 99 car, Corey Blevins on pit road. He was running at the back half of the top 10, but I don't see any damage to that machine, so interesting to see him on pit road. We also have the 18 of Joshua Personet, so a lot of guys in the back half of the field choosing to come down pit road. It's been about a 20-lap stint, so that's perhaps the beginning of strategy going on. Watching these guys merge on the apron through turns 1 and 2, which is a very good thing to see. It keeps them a lot safer and minimizes Kevin LePage style wrecks there. So that's a good rule this league has implemented.
Yeah, absolutely, Corey. You know, it seems like this is a pretty good league so far. So, you know, if you guys want a good truck league for Wednesday nights, go ahead. Check these guys out. Do they do any other series, Corey?
They do. The Hardline Racing League as a organization, they also have the EHG, which is the graphics company, which is a sponsor of this league. They have their Contender Series, as I find out some information as we speak, so bear with me as I find that. That is their Xfinity Series. Currently, their Xfinity Series has completed 7 of 19 races, so about halfway through that season. So there's a lot. Seems to be a lot going on in this league. So if you check them out, hardlineracing.com. Find some information. Perhaps find yourself a new place to race if you are indeed looking for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it seems like pretty clean racers right now, Corey.
Yep.
You know,
not to
good,
cut you
good
off,
battles
but we
all the way around. You know, this battle for second place continues, Corey, and you know, as I was saying that, and now the 6 car right on the rear bumper of that 20, and you know, even throughout this race, as these tires get worn down, these guys still manage to battle each other.
If you didn't see it there, the 20 seemed to get really up high and really loose off too, but he did a really good job to save that machine and really have no harm from that. But the 6 machine up, Dylan Pileski looking to the inside, looking to take what is the 3rd position. As that battle goes into turns 1 and 2, the 20 of Zimmer to the outside. Whoa, looks like the 6 of Dylan Pileski pushes up just a little bit, and that's going to cost him to back off to save 2 machines from wrecking it there, and he's going to lose a bunch of time on that position.
Yeah, I'd say just a little bit.
And pit stops. The 62 of Chris Owens.
62 locks it down going into pit road. Woohoo! We took a ride.
As we kind of have the speedometer on him here, I don't know exactly what the pit speed limit is here. I want to say it's 55. If our telemetry is right, he is kind of pushing the limits on that, but I'm sure he's not going to get a penalty. I'm sure these drivers are good about that, but he comes to his attention of his pit crew, which leads us to wonder, when does everybody else come down? These guys, as I watched it, they're about where they were last time, about a second and a half in that range off of their fast time. So every lap you stay out, if your competition's already pitted, you're going to lose a lot of time when you make your pit stop.
So 62 out of pit road now. Let's go back up to your leader. Your leader is now pitting, Corey.
That he is, as I try to catch up with him here. The 46 car, the guy who is absolutely out to about a 2-second lead, Tyler Hensley in the 46, comes to the attention of his crew. I'm curious to see. I believe that was 2 laps that the 62 pitted sooner. Ooh, a little bit of iRacing pit road invincibility there. I thought there may have been some contact, but no. He comes to his crew, but I'm wondering if the 62 is going to gain some time having pit 2 laps sooner. We'll have to see as he merges out onto pit lane, onto the racetrack. 46 exiting pit lane right now. Chris Owens at the start-finish line. Where are these 2 drivers going to merge? It looks like the lead for Hensley is going to be... Oh no! The 62! 62 sideways into the wall. Sideways, wrecked on the back straightaway. Chris Owens.
Caution flag is
Oh
out.
my goodness. We're going to go on board with him and watch him as this incident occurred. Horrible incident for him. He was up there the whole race.
He,
had a top 5 machine.
He takes it back to the hauler, and he's out of here, Corey.
We're on board with him right now, and he got loose. I believe he may have clipped the apron, and then he just clipped the apron, which with that banking difference just completely unloads the vehicle, and he was just pretty much just in emergency mode trying to save that machine and was not able to do so. So again, another one bites the dust there. Chris Owens, who had led 26 laps today, is going to be taking it to the hauler and packing up for next week's race. So, the second time today, this is our second caution, and this is both cautions, ironically enough, have come during green flag pit stops.
Yeah, interesting.
And
I think if these guys pit from here, Corey, will they be able to make it the rest of the way or no?
Oh, they'll be more than fine. I mean, they're not going to have very much fun on tires. I mean, from what we could tell, they don't like going more than 30 laps on a set, and we'll probably have about 34 to finish this race out. So they'll be able to make it, but they're not going to be having very much fun driving those machines. As we watch the race off pit lane here. It looks as though the 6 machine will be the first. Dylan Pileski, the first off pit lane. Now, and it does look like, yes, Tyler Hensley is on the lead lap. I believe he had to take the lucky dog, just based on how fast he was driving there to catch up. I believe he had to take the lucky dog. I don't have exact clarification on that, but so as this cycles through, your leader looks to be Dylan Pileski. And I was going to say let's pull him in the booth, but he's not quite available to speak right now. So let's talk to someone, Brandon. You ready?
Sure.
Let's bring in the 25 of Thomas Bresci.
Thomas Bresci, PrimeTime Racing TV, you got a copy?
I do. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, man. So, how's your truck feel out there tonight? How's the track feel?
The track is alright. The trucks are pretty good. The setup is extremely tight, though. So it's proving to be a bit of a challenge to try and actually make some passes. I'm noticing that track position is pretty important. We kind of had it off the start of the race. After that last caution, we kind of fell back a little bit, and I don't know what it was with that last run. I just did not have the speed that I had before, or what. But yeah, it's a bit challenging. So we're trying to manage the tires and also not lose too much track position.
Hey Thomas, Corey up here. So we saw Tyler Hensley absolutely just pull out to about a 2.5 second lead there. He's now mired back as he had pitted a lap before that caution. So now that he's mired back, how do you feel about keeping him back there now that you're going to be P2?
Well, considering he's my teammate and a good friend of mine, I'm certainly hoping he gets back up here. But I know he's got a really fast truck. He had really good speed in practice earlier and has had it all race long. So I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it back up here. I certainly hope he gets it, pretty soon. But I guess we kind of have to wait and see.
All right, brother, 1 to go. We'll let you get back to green. Good luck for the remainder of this race.
Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy it. Some
insight there from the 25 of Bresci. So Interesting opinion there. I mean, he wants his teammate to get back up there, but you have to imagine he would want his teammate to come in second and him win the race. I would have to imagine. This is Formula One. Not that drivers' orders, team orders are a thing anymore, but you always want to be the winner, have the teammate in second. Ricky Bobby.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Hell yeah. All right, Brandon, I took him down last time. You get this restart ready for us.
All right, so these guys lined up 2 by 2 now. Your leader, Dylan Pileski, getting ready to bring these guys back to the green.
Taking the inside line. I believe he might have taken a note out of Cody's book last time, but here you go.
So these guys just creeping down the back straightaway here under... Oh, I'm sorry, I was in replay.
Green flag is out. You're behind. I'll have to take him down there, but the 6th machine of Pileski, he may have that car length he needs to clear going into turn 1. We'll have to see almost some 3 wide going on with the 81. Not quite, but the battle is for P2, as it's been all race.
I apologize, folks, for my rookie mistake, but they're side by side for the 2nd position, almost 3 wide.
The green light has turned on. These drivers are ready to go. Sorry about that. I don't know what went on with the computer, but regardless, here we come. Whoa! Looks like the 46 just changed lanes very abruptly there.
Look at Thomas Bresci on the high side, Corey. He's going to look for the lead.
They have to get going because that 46 is hungry and that 46 is fast. They got to make these positions now while they have the opportunity to. Here he comes, Pileski, trying to gain that position, trying to gain the lead, trying to get a lead, but he can't seem to pull away. The 25 is right there, but Thomas Bresci, watch out. Your teammate is right behind you.
So your leaders, 1st and 2nd place here, they're sticking with one another. Then behind them, it's a shuffle of cars, Corey.
Yeah, looks like we are just absolutely freight trained here going back into the field here. Ooh, we have the 20 machine trying to get by the 46.
Yeah, they're trying to go side by side for the 3rd position. The 20 had a little bit of a run there, but not enough going into turn
Kyle
3.
Zimmer trying to show it to Tyler Hensley. Hey, I could hang with you. You may have led that run, but I'm going to see what I could do with you. But that time by, looks like Hensley got a really good run through 3 and 4. Is going to pull away just a little bit, but battle for this 5th position with Lauren and Shu.
Yeah, those guys side by side going into the corner now, Corey, and really close racing between those two.
Yeah, the 4 kind of washed up there. It's hard to hold that inside, so some close quarters racing, but the good drivers, they work their way through it, still side by side as we enter the 3rd turn. Tight racing, contact is made.
Oh, can the 81 save it? What a save from...
Oh, we spoke too soon.
Upside down goes the 4 truck. Huge wreck.
X Games style wreck here in turns 3 and 4. We thought they had it saved, but not quite. We're going to go back here on Primetime Replay and see how that perspired, because we thought it was saved.
Massive wreck going into the corner, Corey. Upside down went the 4 truck.
Yeah,
He got hit again.
The Forest Shoe ran a higher line than the 81 thought. The 81 had left quite a bit of real estate down on the inside, but he ran a higher line, got into the 81. The 81, Ricky Rudd 2001 at Richmond. How did he save that car? I do not know, but he didn't quite save it as it turned back around on him as the turn progressed.
I guess he wasn't that daggone good, Corey.
Very great placement there. If you guys haven't watched it, the 2001 Monte Carlo 400, Ricky Rudd. How did you save that car?
Just that daggone good.
But unfortunately for the 81, he may be that good, but that was a very difficult situation. And I don't know. I mean, if the wheels are pointed straight, there's 30 laps to go. There's only 12 cars left on the track. Kind of have to stay out there and just try it. Maybe you might still be able to sneak out a top 10 out of this. See if there's any, the 6th machine of Dylan Pileski pulls to pit lane, as does most people with 30 laps to go. First car off pit lane is going to be Bresci in the 25. And then the 46. So teammate's going to be starting 1, 2, and about 4 or 5 trucks off pit lane that time by. We're going to take this opportunity to go to quick commercial for the first time today on Primetime, so we'll be right back with you for the restart. One moment.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is gonna be so fun. And it's gonna be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
All right, folks, we are back and ready for the restart here. Your leader, 25 car of Thomas Bresci.
Truck.
Yeah. Ready to take these guys back to green.
You just sounded drunk there, Brandon.
I'm sorry. I promise I'm not drunk. I'm below the age.
Here we come, the 46, who has led 25 laps today and seems to be the fastest machine once we get going. Starting on the outside P2, Thomas Bresci, his teammate, will take him down. That pace car is off. We just wait for that green flag to come out. And there it is. On the loud pedal is the 25, but the 46 is going to get a really good surge and almost beat him to the line, but they are just dead even. As good of a start as you could have asked for did the 46 get.
They were looking. Corey didn't quite get there. They didn't want to wreck, I don't think.
Cut out there a little bit, Brandon, but regardless, here we come on the back straightaway. We almost have some 3 wide. We have the 99 of Corey Blevins in the mix now. We haven't talked about him all day. Ooh, the 25 looks like he almost got a little loose there. I don't know if there was a tiny bit of contact made, not quite sure. But
25 looking to pull away, but the 46 is going to say something about that. He is almost to the rear bumper already of the 25 car.
25 laps to go here on Primetime TV, the Hardline Racing League, the Fast Track Sims 100 we have. Thomas Bresci in the 25 trying to hold off the 46. I don't know if he could do it for 25 more laps, but he sure as heck hopes so.
So these guys nose to tail right now for the lead. The 46 looks on the apron, won't get anything done down there though.
Now we have to, as we've stated many times here at Kentucky, well actually the 25 is kind of running that line that we said you really don't want to run. Maybe just by yourself it's okay. But the 46 kind of ran that lane up. It got a heck of a run down the back straightaway. Entering turns 3 and 4, the 46 runs that hair lower. That's going to get him right on the back bumper, and there it goes, down to the inside, side by side for the lead. Give it to the 46 at the line, but who's going to have the better run on the turn 1? I believe it's going to be the 25.
Still side by side down into turn number 1. 25 on the high side, 46 on the low side. Out of turn number 2, going down the back straightaway. Advantage to the 25 car.
As we've said, that momentum is what you need, and that momentum is on the high lane. It's very hard to sustain a pass on the inside, especially in 1 and 2. So the 46 is going to have to get creative here, but watch out, because Dylan Pileski, he's getting dragged back into this with these guys battling this hard.
Tyler Hensley looking on the low side again on the apron. Not going to get a big run down there, though. As we said, Corey, the big run on the high side, but 25 goes down low to block.
A little bit of blinking there from Hensley, but that doesn't seem to be of any significance right now as we enter turns 3 and 4. Looks like Hensley's trying to run about a half lane higher, maybe try to wind that engine up, get a better run down the straightaway, get some kind of a slingshot or something. He's right to the back bumper. What's he going to do with it? Nothing this time by.
He's right on the back bumper. Maybe he looks low. No, he can't get the job done. 25 puts the block on him. Thomas Pressey really doing a good job of holding that lead right now, but they wait too long. They'll have Dylan Pileski right on their back bumpers.
That they will. You have to wonder. Oh, caution on the speedway. Cody Tabor in the 29 GoPro machine is he is smoking on the back straightaway. Let's go back and see what happened to Cody.
Going back to the PrimeTime Racing TV replay.
He seems to be by himself here through turns 1 and 2 we see, and looks like he just,
the wall.
Yeah, just kind of solo, just washed up a little high, and that just threw him to the inside wall.
Yeah, heavy contact to the inside wall, Corey. That was not a pleasant hit, I'm sure.
Into the safer barrier, but he may be okay, but that truck is not, so.
Oh, there's no safer barrier where he hit.
Oh, even worse.
Not that it matters at iRacing, but
you may not have the injury physically, but you know he's going to be angry about that, especially by himself, kind of having a self-impact. No one ever wants to lose it running by themselves. But he's still trying to troop it around with that smoking engine. I don't really think it's going to last 20 laps, but again, as we kind of go with the attrition card, there's only 12 trucks on the racetrack right now, for that matter. Give you I'm on replay mode. And as we get back to the live picture, because someone was dabbling in replay for too long, we have the full field on pit lane. And this is, as we call it in NASCAR, this is going to be the money stop, folks, because this stop is going to get you that lane choice on the restart and get you that position you need entering turn 1. As we sit here at our pit cam here, see who's going to get off pit lane first. I believe we even had one stay out, too. Give it to Bressie.
The 4-truck of Baron Bosco did stay out, Corey.
Yeah, the 54 for that matter.
Yeah. So he did stay out, Corey, and I don't know if it was just to lead a lap or if he's going to stay out for this restart.
We'll find out this time by, yeah. I believe that was about a 5 to 6 lap run, so nothing major, but enough that I think some Dr. Feelgoods, as Rusty Wallace would say, are going to do you some justice on this restart. And if he does, oh, nope, it looks like he is going to pull the pit lane, so perhaps, as you said, he was doing it for the bonus point, so this restart is going to come off the same way as the last one, so last time we spoke to the 5 machine. I'm sorry, there's no 5 machine. Who did we speak to? We spoke to Thomas Bressie in the 25 machine. Let's talk to his teammate, Tyler Hensley. Let's drag him into the booth with us. Tyler Hensley, PrimeTime TV, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
So had a couple quick restarts here. We've seen you pull away and kind of get a good run there mid-race. So you're starting at second behind your teammate. How do you feel about these last 17 or so laps?
I feel pretty good. We may be teammates, but I'm going to race him hard. You know, I don't want to wreck each other, but I want to race him hard. At the end of the day, I'm out here for one thing, and that's to win. So.
Yeah, we've seen it really hard, especially in 1 and 2, to kind of gain any kind of momentum and make any passes in 1 and 2. So do you have a plan on how you're going to set them up to get by? Not that you have to tell us, but you already have something planned in your head?
I got a couple ideas.
Stay
tuned.
All right, we'll leave it there, brother. We'll be watching you, so good luck for the remainder.
Thank you.
You hear that, Brandon? He has ideas, so you'll have to stay tuned here on PrimeTime TV to see what those ideas are, because I sure as heck am curious. Perhaps Brandon's not as curious as I am.
Sorry, Corey, trying to save my throat. Allergy season absolutely sucks, folks.
All right. Now we know. Things that you tell your fellow broadcaster in the booth. Hey, my voice is slacking today. You might have to pick up the talking.
Yeah, I didn't exactly say that. For those who are wondering, it was sarcasm from my co-commentator.
Yeah. Not that I would ever be sarcastic, because why would I be? But regardless.
No.
Nah, man.
We just try to have fun.
Because if you ain't having fun,
Don't do it.
I was going to say I will come up with the remainder of that comparison at a later time, because I don't have it. But we're going to have...
having fun while you're doing it. That's how I'd word it.
Yeah. So we're going to be taking 17 laps to go at the Kentucky Speedway this time by. We're going to have Thomas Bressie on the inside, Tyler Hensley on the outside, teammates but fierce competitors. So we've seen the inside line be the line to take on restarts, but we've seen the outside be where you want to be during the run. So let's see how this plays out.
Pace car pulls off. Your leader, Thomas Bressie, ready to take the green flag. Now it's a waiting game, waiting for that green flag to drop. Green flag is in the air, and they're on the gas.
That they are. The 99 got a heck of a restart there. He got himself back into the mix as well, but he kind of gave a necessary push to Bressie there to get him by and kind of get him out of here.
25 pulls ahead now. They're side by side for second place. Almost thinking about 3 wide was the 6 truck there. Corey thought better of it.
That he did, but it looks like the 46 is going for that surge on the outside here. I don't know if it's going to... Yes, it is. He's going to go for the crossover. Was that a move in his book, or did he just improvise that? And we have a 3-wide battle for the 3rd position.
3 wide going into turn number 1. Almost.
Is this going to work?
Wrecked.
Is this going to work? I don't know if that's going to work. It worked.
It did work.
But
6 truck trying to get side drafts, or so it looked like, off the 99.
But we have a lead change here as Hensley got his way to the lead, and now Hensley has the 6 of Dylan Pileski on his back bumper. Well, not his back bumper, to the side of him for that position.
Yeah, those guys are side by side, Corey, and good battles going on all the way throughout the field.
But what they're doing here, the more they run side by side, not that Hensley needs it because he's already fast, but he is just getting further and further away every time this side by side battle goes on. But they need the position; they can't stop. Perhaps he's going to clear this time.
Loses a position, Corey. If they can get single file, maybe they can reel him back in, just like they did before.
All right, so the 6 of Dylan Pileski has solely gained possession of the 2nd spot on racetrack here. So, but he's now 6/10, almost 7/10 behind Hensley here, and we only have 14 laps, almost 13 and a half left in this race.
So the 25 looking on the low side once again, see if he can gain any momentum off the corner. And they almost go side by side. That was almost contact there, Corey.
You know, the hard racing here, Hardline Racing League, we are in here. They are going for it, trying to get these positions, what you need here. 13 laps to go. You can't play dead. You need to go for every spot that you can get.
As we talk about that, Corey, our leader, still way out front of these guys, and time is really running out.
That there is. We're closing in on 10 to go, 12 exactly this time by, and I don't want to engrave the trophy, but unless we get a caution, I'm looking pretty confident that Hensley's going to take this one home.
Yeah, it's looking that way, but as we know in motorsports, Corey, anything can happen. You know, I think we've seen it all here on PrimeTime Racing so far already.
Yeah, we've seen our good deal of racing, and we still are going to see 12 more laps of it. We still focus on this battle for second because that's where the activity is right now.
These guys racing in the Hardline Racing League. Very, very hard battles all throughout the night, Corey. Even on the older tires, these guys still managed to fight and pull some very risky moves, and they pulled it off. I'm really generally impressed.
Yeah, a bunch of good racers. We have had some wrecks in this league, but I mean, you're going to have that. It's racing. So good to see that we still have a good bunch of guys racing on track right now to finish this race out.
99 went to go look underneath the 25. Couldn't quite get there, Corey. The momentum has to be off the high side, and he just doesn't quite have it.
Not quite yet. Oops, sorry about this. Trying to preset stuff here, and I'm clicking the wrong thing. So I'm sorry about that, but we get back to the racing here. Yeah, Tyler Hensley out to a 1 second lead at the moment here. And it looks like now that that's kind of happened, we have spread out just a little bit, but the battle is still going on here for the 3rd position and 4th position with Bressie and Corey Blevins.
Yeah, Corey, pretty intense battle right now, and they are slowly but surely reeling in the 6th car as well.
That they are. So it looks like the battle, as it's been for this entire race for the most part, has been for that 2nd position. The leader, whether it have been Chris Owens, who's now out of this race, or Hensley, the leader has been checked out, but these guys are in fierce battle for the 2nd position. Corey Blevins, who in the beginning of this race, we hadn't talked about him. He was kind of a mid-pack guy, kind of running the latter half of the top 10, has gotten himself a top 5 machine here, looking to try to get on the podium. Looks like he may have a better machine than Thomas Bressie, but it's a matter of can he get his way by.
Yeah, can he make his way by? That's the question. He gets underneath Thomas Bressie there, and the 99 truck does, and still couldn't quite get anything done.
Not that time by. He's looking to the low side, but if my intentions and my thoughts are correct, he's going to have to try to get that fender to the outside. So I'd have to see if he's going to try that, but he's still going to go to the inside this time by. Side by side they are as we enter turns 1 and 2. It looks like he has a little bit more edge on him this time by, but nope, 25 is going to use that banking, that smoother racetrack in the 2nd lane, and clear him, pull away by a couple tenths.
Yeah, he gets the momentum off, Corey. This time, coming to the line, we will be at 5 laps to go. Just 5 laps to go here, folks, of this hard racing and the hard battles all throughout this night here at Kentucky Speedway with the Hardline Racing Group.
Was that an intentional pun?
What?
Was that a pun? Hard racing, hard line. You know they had to have heard that 1,000 times already.
Oh, no, that was not intentional.
But out here, almost driving his way out of the state here to next week's race is Tyler Hensley, out to about a 2-second lead, and we have passed the quote-unquote iRacing caution lap, where if a caution comes out from here on, this race will end behind the safety vehicle.
It's almost like a 5-lap advanced overtime line, if you want to call it that.
If you will. Back in the day, before the green-white checker, as the battle for second. Oh, Bressie hit the apron there. Can he save it? Can he save it?
Saved it.
How did he save that car?
Him.
He's that daggone good.
He's that daggone good, Corey, I'll tell you. Yeah.
But as I was saying,
he's going to try anything he can to get that position back for the 99 car now.
Forget what I was saying about the old school NASCAR days. Here we go to the inside. The battle is for 3rd now. Bressie to the inside, Corey Blevins to the outside. He's trying to get that side draft, and when you do that, try to get that side draft, it looks like you're going to make contact because you have to get right there to take that air off. And contact!
Oh, he gets contact with the 99 car, and the 99 saved it!
Give these guys a medal, give these guys something, because we have a lot of guys, and going back in the race earlier, Patrick McLaurin, who is in the 11th position with a damaged vehicle, he made a hell of a save earlier. These guys know how to wheel these machines.
Corey, have you ever?
No, I've never. And please, Fox, don't give us a copyright strike. But here we go, 2-second lead as we're about to take the white flag this time by 2.5 seconds. Excuse me. Tyler Blevins takes that National Guard Silverado off of the 4th turn on the penultimate time to take the white flag, which will be sponsored by Kreutz Graphics Designs. The final time around the Kentucky Speedway. Kreutz Custom
white
Graphics.
flag.
Sorry, I got the branding wrong.
How dare you, copyright infringement.
When a company changes their name on you. But regardless, coming down the back straightaway for the final time, the lead is completely out there. Dylan Pileski is 2.5 seconds back. No positions in changing back there. But coming off the final turn for the final time, Tyler Hensley in the number 46 is your winner in the Hardline Racing 100 at the Kentucky Speedway. We congratulate him.
Fireworks go off, Corey, and yeah, congratulations to Tyler Hensley on that pretty outstanding victory.
Tyler Hensley wins. Try to find where these fireworks are on the track. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. But we're going to go to a quick commercial. We'll talk to your winners, and we will give you the final rundown just in 1 second as we get everything situated. Be right back with you.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is gonna be so fun. And it's gonna be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
Back here on PrimeTime TV, as we have completed the race, we're going to talk to our top 3 drivers here. We'll bring in the 3rd place driver of Thomas Bressi.
Thomas Bressi, PrimeTime Racing TV, you got a copy.
I do.
All right, man, you walk away with the 3rd place finishing position tonight. How did that feel towards the end? And, obviously made contact with the 99 truck. What was that?
Yeah, I got 3rd, which I'm happy about. Just not exactly the way I was hoping to get it. I got into the corner a little bit too hard, just trying to hold that spot when Corey drove it in on the outside and just lost the nose a little bit and hopped up. And I barely got into him, but it pretty much killed the good finish he was going to get. So we already kind of talked a little bit, but I apologize to him about that because that was not at all the way I was hoping that would go. But just tried to do what I could on that restart. Just didn't quite. I think it was like the first lap. Just didn't quite get the best run through 3 and 4. And Tyler got a really good run on me, and he was able to get away with it. So, but I think he had the best truck anyways tonight. So I'm happy that he was able to get it done. He's been close a bunch of times, and just happy to see him finally get it done.
All right, man. Well, like I said before, you walk away here with a 3rd place finish, good enough for the podium. Is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Sure. No sponsors, but I want to give a shout out to my teammates Tyler Hensley, Casey Shue, and then our satellite team drivers, Baron Labosco and Patrick McLaurin. They all had really good speed tonight. Overall, not the the results we were looking for overall for everybody, but we all had really good speed, which I'm happy to see. Got to thank Cody Tabor and Justin and the rest of the Hardline admin team, and thank you to you guys as well for doing the broadcast. The truck series has been off for a little bit, but heard you guys were doing a really good job, so I cannot wait to watch it for myself in a little bit.
All awesome to hear, man, and congratulations on your podium finish.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll go up the podium to the second position and talk to Dylan Pileski. Dylan Pileski, you got a copy.
Got you loud and clear.
First off, am I saying your last name correctly? Someone in chat corrected me, so I want to make sure I got it right.
That sounded pretty good to me.
All right, so we saw you kind of run through the field there a little bit. You kind of ran mid-pack, and then you were at the end. You were up there battling for the lead and second. So just kind of talk about your race in a nutshell there.
Well, I really don't like this track, to be honest with you, so I was kind of surprised I even finished as well as I did. But when we ran here last time in the Xfinity cars, I just kind of had a good idea of what to do tonight. And, of course, the truck's still different. Kind of got caught in the back. It's really tough to pass here when you're not the fastest guy on the track. Got really lucky with a couple of those cautions. And, we're just in a place to get a good finish here at the end.
Yeah, we saw that. It seemed like in 1 and 2 especially, even if you were the slower car, you had to, if you were on the outside line, you can kind of hold off no matter what. Was that kind of how it worked out?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a combination of things. I think probably just getting a little aero tight underneath somebody there. But if you could get the car to set on the outside and you could really get your corner entry down, I mean, as you saw with Tyler, once you could get that going, there's nobody's going to touch you.
Yeah, 10-4, brother. And one more question about those yellow flags. I mean, we were getting ready to see green flag pit stops twice, and the yellow flags came out interrupting that. So how was that from the driver's seat, having the strategy thrown off mid-cycle like that?
I'm probably one of the worst planners when it comes to a pit strategy, and I'll be the first one to admit that to you. And actually, the first time that the first caution came out, I was actually looking at my fuel screen trying to figure out when I wanted to come in. And it just so happened that worked. And then the second caution, I just pretty much said to the other guy on my team, I said, hey man, I think we're going to go this next lap. And sure enough, the caution came out, and I was like, well, that worked out just perfect. So
yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So regardless, you came home in the second place finish. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Probably just my grandparents. They're watching from Pennsylvania, so that's about it.
All right, congrats again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, 10-4, Corey.
Brandon, you want to talk to our winner, Tyler Hensley?
Yeah, absolutely, Corey. Tyler Hensley, PrimeTime Racing TV. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, man. Well, you come home with the victory tonight. How was your truck? How was the track? Obviously, you were really fast tonight.
The truck was awesome. The track, I mean, it was tight all night, but I got something figured out. I've been looking forward to the race all day, and I couldn't figure out why, and I guess now I know why.
Well, you got stuck back there in traffic a couple of times. What was it like trying to maneuver your way through traffic and working your way back up towards the front a couple of times?
Yeah, I wasn't ever really worried. I knew I had to stay on my toes and be smart, because anytime you get back there, it's always a mess. Not to knock anybody, but it's just one of those things. If you get back there, you can pretty much look forward to trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you got lucky a couple of times there, I think. Managed to pull out and had a couple of guys go 2 and 3 wide behind you. Did you ever look in your mirror a couple times with a sigh of relief that some of those guys were battling hard behind you?
Yeah, I mean, as a sigh of relief, yeah, but honestly, once I got up there, it was flip the mirror up and just look ahead.
That's awesome to hear. You know, a lot of guys talk about looking in their rear view, and you know, you don't get too many of drivers anymore that, you know, just look at what they're doing ahead and don't pay any attention to what's going on behind them. So that's very refreshing to hear. You know, you walk away with the victory tonight, Tyler. Is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to?
All the JTM guys, got Barrett and Patrick, Casey and Thomas. Just appreciate them showing up every week. We all help each other. Finally got one. You know, we've been knocking on the door for a long time, so it's a long time coming, and hopefully it's the start of a couple of these.
All right, well, that's awesome, Tyler, and congratulations on your first place finish tonight.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys broadcasting. I'm interested to see it. It sounds like it went well, so. But again, thank you, and look forward to many more.
All right, our pleasure, Tyler. Thank you.
All right, Brandon, so let's wrap up today. Go over your results here from the Kentucky Speedway for the Hardline Racing Series. With your victory, as we have just spoken to, was the number 46 of Tyler Hensley. Dylan Pileski in the second position. Tyler Brussy in third. Baron Labosco kind of stole a top 5 there in the fourth position. Timothy Moore in the fifth position. Kyle Zimmer in sixth. Corey Blevins in seventh. Chad Frankenfield in eighth. Joshua Persona in ninth. And Cody Tabor in 10th. Forgive us if the names aren't perfect there.
Finishing 11th was Patrick McLaurin. Casey Shue behind him in 12th. 13th, Chris Owens. 14th, Rusty Cable. 15th, Matthew Skipper. And rounding out the field in 16th is Jonathan Wall.
We want to thank you for watching today's broadcast. We do want to give a plug to our own personal sponsor, Air Movement and Fabrications. They are Nottingham, UK's leading choice for anything metal-related, custom designs, custom signs, repairs. You can check them out online, airmoves.co.uk, or check them out on Facebook. Air Movement Fabrications is a very proud partner we have here on Primetime. Giving another shout out to the league sponsors here, ElliottHendersonGraphics.com and Fast Track Designs, all helping to bring this broadcast to you. We want to hope that you like and subscribe us here on Primetime Racing TV. We're growing the channel, trying to bring you more content. We need people watching it to help us do that, so please help us out there. Anything you want to add, Brandon?
No, I think you about covered it, Corey.
Yeah, at the expense of my voice. So while my voice is dying out here, and I know yours is too, we want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you next week, hopefully here on the Hardline Racing League on Primetime. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.